This place is amazing!
All right. I love that.
Dude, even the echo in here isn't that bad.
You do get a good echo.
Usually it's a problem in smaller gyms. I don't really hear it.
Yeah, you didn't?
No.
Oh, I like the echo just now. I thought the echo was amazing.
We are in the best arm wrestling gym in North America. It's owned by none other than Monster Michael Todd. Michael, can you tell us like how many years you've been arm wrestling, how many titles and all that stuff you got?
I am 31 years in this sport. Interestingly enough, my first ever arm wrestling award right there, 1990 Saline County Fair.
Really?
September will be 31 years.
Wow.
So I've won 36 national titles over 6 different weight classes between both arms and 21 world titles in the heavyweight and super heavyweight division.
And you're still competitive.
I'm pretty good.
I'm pretty good. I'm
A little better than average.
Yeah, a little better. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. When you walk into this gym, this video has to exist because I've been working out for over 20 years. I'm a polyathlete, so I do a lot of different things. Powerlifting, bodybuilding. I do arm wrestling now, grip training. And I'm walking through this place. I don't even know what dozens of different things are. I mean, I'm just like, what the is that? You know? So let's start with this.
Okay, so arm wrestlers are pretty creative. That's one thing you're going to find out in this sport. Always got to chalk up. So what we do is a lot of thick-handled or spinning-handled training. So an arm wrestler wants to have a strong hand and wrist. Everyone's done hammer curls in their life, right? This is a very lightweight. It's 20-pound bars. So we got 70 pounds up here. But there's no lip at the top. There's no bar at the top. You can only curl what you can hold on to. So when you grab it, you reach in at the bottom, keep your wrist up, crank your wrist in, pull it up, and you're curling just like this. So you're working the hammer, but you're also working your riser, your cup, your fingertip clamp.
And all these terms he's using are arm wrestling terms.
Yeah,
so
arm wrestling
rise,
specific
cup, all these arm wrestling terms. This is going to build this muscle on the side of the arm, primarily the brachioradialis. And if you guys have ever hung out with some big arm wrestlers before, arms look different from bodybuilders, primarily because these pronator muscles here are, yeah, you got one too. It's a golf ball. It's really big here, and it's really big on the side, so they just look a little freakier than your average guy with big arms. The other thing you're having to do with a hammer curl, if you guys do hammer curls at a gym, you're like really reaching over here.
Big time, because I want
That's harder.
Yeah, I want that flexed wrist.
Right there.
Looks good. At least you look amazingly fast while you're doing it.
A little vascularity from bodybuilding never hurt.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you can take some of this. This is hard.
But I mean, the thing is, it's just one of those things. The more you do it, it's working so much of that. So when you grab your opponent and you have that clamping string, and they're trying to attack, you're used to just hit.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're really strong about to beat me. But so that's just one thing. So I have a commercial gym because my wife and I run a transformation business. You know, Todd's on a transformation. So I have all this equipment for a private training facility. So I have a commercial cable crossover. Well, I got this handle, which worked very well with this attachment to where I can mimic a top roll.
Okay. These are attachments you don't find in your normal gym.
So this is a thumb.
I mean, look at this thing.
You reach into the thumb, and boom. Now, most cable pulling systems are for hook training. Well, if you get one of these handles that are nylon and plastic, you can then spin it this way. Now it's for top roll training, right?
Okay. Different arm wrestling.
Outside arm wrestling. This system here is just anybody can make something like this. It's just
creativity.
Yeah.
Like so a pulley with an arm wrestling table.
It works very, very well, right? So it was just one of the arm wrestling tables I had for a long time. So as you can see, there's a lot of arm wrestling tables in the gym.
There are 7.5 arm wrestling tables in here.
Let's show some B-roll of that.
Yeah.
Let's go on to, well, we're right here, parallel bars. So I started years ago climbing a 2x12. So there's a 2x12 with a 2x12 on top, so it's an upside down T. You'd pull yourself up with flat fingers, tilt your head back, and you'd walk the beam, right? You just want to hop up, pull up. You just want to stay in that position, right? But,
well, the position makes arm wrestling.
Yeah, it's exactly like arm wrestling. And then coming back brings that back pressure, right? This is something I've had for 15 years.
Let me get a good view of this.
Yeah, so it's a frame.
He really likes this, so this is important.
This really is a good one. They're softballs with some good grip. Most people who do a wrist roll will want a wrist from, you know, you want to do this full range. I do everything from a flat wrist forward or from completely forward to a flat wrist, and you'll see that. I just reach on here, grab on top.
Let's see.
And that's 100 pounds on there, so.
What's my phone?
Flat on top and just roll forward, Jim.
I really like this one. This one feels really good.
It really is a good piece of equipment.
You got a lot of different wrist rollers.
Yeah, and this is one that I like because
Another
it's
one right
mobile,
behind you.
right? So any wrist roller, you guys offer a wrist roller, any wrist roller is gonna be fine. Same thing here, I reach forward. These are my reverse wrist rolls. So what I started having a lot of pain. I did so much cupping.
Yeah.
I started having a lot of pain back here.
Yeah.
So I realized I need to start training backwards. But I still didn't want my wrist to go back. So I just reach far forward. And I just never go past flat, you know?
Yeah.
And this flips right over the barbell?
Yes.
There's a lot of attachments and boxes and stuff on the floor over here for like cable stations. So you go to the gym, you see your cable station, right? What are you gonna find? Your tricep rope, your like V-handle rope, V-handle thing, and like some handles, right? What is that, dude? Like that looks like a bicycle part to me. So see, this is what you normally find attached to a cable stick at a gym.
Yes. I
Right.
can confirm.
Over here,
Uh-oh.
he's got a bicycle attached to his.
So that's
What?
that's a monster top curl.
What is this? Show
Okay,
us.
so his arm wrestling, you want to have a strong riser, which means you want to be able to pull your knuckles up. So I don't train this motion. What I do is I engage my riser, and then I just perform the exercise while my riser is engaged. So same thing, I cut my wrist, riser engaged, and as you're pulling, this wants to pull your wrist down. See, you can just let that motion do.
Beards when they get caught.
Yeah, don't want the beard to get down. So it's just.
This is kind of like the thing in the beginning of the video.
It's kind of like the monster curl bar, except this one pulls you this way.
Okay.
See how you don't let your wrist keep that riser engaged the whole time. Yeah, just curl. Okay. Yeah, so since we're already on that handle, we just switch this up. You rise, you pronate.
Ah, cool.
There you go.
All right. And what is your room? How many?
We just float up in a curl, and then just from the curl position. You're just doing this once you get the curl up.
Do we just, less weight?
Like that?
Yeah. There you go.
It's pretty tough to start there.
But see, you're in a hook, right?
Yep.
And you're rolling out of a hook into a top rope.
Wow. This blew my mind when I saw it because I've never seen a half table, and this makes so much sense. So if you're an arm wrestler and you've never seen a half table, please explain it.
Okay, so the purpose of the half table, it doesn't change any pulley from this height up than if you just had a regular table set up, right?
So you don't use it with another person.
Yeah, so this is you're just by yourself. This is literally a training table when you have a pulley system to set it in front of or whatever.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any difference if you get a regular table or if you had this table for these exercises, right? But the second you drop that pulley down and train right directly off where my arm would be in a match.
Oh, yeah. So you don't have to. Okay. There's a lot of people who watch videos on your channel, as
Yep.
well as mine, that don't have friends but want to get into arm wrestling. So one day when they do arm wrestle people, they're at least ready to arm wrestle with other people. So training at home, you know, a half table's half the space and the cost is effective. So if you want to like start to build arms that look like an arm wrestler, or get ready to get into the world of arm wrestling, I think a half table is a brilliant idea.
Especially if you're limited on space, it makes a ton of sense.
This is the middle school, like lunch cafeteria table
Yeah.
arm wrestling. This is a sit-down table.
But yeah, so sit down arm wrestling, you can't use your body as much. So you end up getting more of this side pressure battle. You know, you can see how he's pulling with his shoulder. I can still back pressure though, if I want.
Yeah.
But this, in my opinion, because almost every tournament is a stand-up tournament, if you want to develop just strictly raw power and side pressure power, training on a sit-down table helps a lot. Because once you get strong here and you change it to that where you can use your body more,
Yeah.
you're a lot stronger. This is like it's my monster lat pull, right? So all these things, my equipment's not up yet, but they will be. So
I've never
spinning
seen
handles.
that.
So it's just spinning handles. So
Yeah.
anytime you're an arm wrestler, you want to train, when you're training any exercise or your back, whatever, you want to be training your hands, wrists, and forearms. So because the handles spin, you come from here, you just pull straight down and cup your wrist, right? Thicker handles, spinner handles, because you want that grip work, you want the forearm work, you want that wrist work. But the next one is the challenge. The next one's going to be the challenge.
This is a great neutral grip.
I mean, I like the distance. It's 16 inches apart. It feels really good.
Gives you a little bit of extra squeeze at the bottom.
Right, absolutely. Like I said, very soon, monstermichaeltodd.com. Tap on equipment, that'll be available.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right, so here's the one though. This is the ultimate challenge right here. We're gonna let you try it first. We have 150 pounds on the seated row, on the seated row machine. Grab the traditional. No problem, right? Easy weight. Yeah, it's got a decent grip. A little bit.
All right, here we go.
This is called a double wrist wrench.
I've never double wrist wrenched a low row. How many reps am I gonna do?
It's good. One will be fine.
One?
Yeah.
I mean, did it surprise you a little?
No, I figured you're strong and you train grip, right? You got grip. We got the original grip in here. But seriously, how big a difference was that?
I mean, the first I could have done 15, and the other one, I don't even know if that counted as one.
No, it was good. You completed the rep, but
yeah,
it's because as soon as you roll this and you try to pull it, it immediately tries to peel out of your hand.
Right.
So it's a perfect tool for develop, containment.
Right. All the arm wrestlers watching, what is missing from an arm wrestler's gym that you've been to typically, like that you're gonna recommend, like, hey guys, you guys need this?
A lot of people already have their own, a lot of arm wrestlers, because I said they're very creative, they'll have their homemade pulley system.
Yeah.
So they'll have a lower pulley, they'll have it all built on a table already. I'm a big advocate of that softball wrist roller.
Yeah.
Just because I get so many responses about, oh my God, I want one of those, they're amazing, and everybody uses it, likes it.
Yeah.
But I've had this for 15 years, and I do think it contributes to my fingertips and my cut and just that clamping power, right?
15 years you've been using this.
15 years, yeah.
It's a big one for them then.
It's a good one. I like this a lot.
Yeah. I guess the last question is, what's next for you in terms of this gym space?
So I've got two options. I would like to, you've got a 4,000 square foot gym. I would like to build a 50 by 60, but I'm gonna build a big house, right?
Yeah.
60 by 120, 7,200 square foot. It'll be 3,000 square foot gym that I can just walk right out of my bedroom, right in the gym, or walk out of the garage, go right in the gym, and then have a bay door that opens up to a pool in the back. So that's an option. The other option is if we stay here, I either build a 3,000 square foot gym out on the volleyball court, connect the house to that with a pool, and this becomes climate controlled garage and man cave, or I put a pool right there and I put a detached garage out there, and this is the gym, you go right into the pool.
I love it.
Yeah,
I want to tell you.
I can see it like it's actually there right now.
I want to tell you the reason I love that answer. It's that he's already thought about growth in his head. He's already thinking like option A, B, C, D in terms of where he's going. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people need to have as a default way of thinking. It's just, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. That would be next. That would be the next option. I think a lot of people limit themselves. You can have a home gym. You can have a home gym that's a little bigger one day. You can turn bedrooms in your house that you one day rent or own into gym space. This is attached to his house, guys. Like this 2,000 square foot area that you've expanded on.
Right.
Like this is the dream. It's just like making your passion into something that, is part of your life so much that's actually in your house.
It truly is. It truly is a blessing, and you know exactly what you're talking about there because you've had a home gym for so long. But so when we went to Dubai and trained with Larry, being in the gym environment was awesome, but it was nothing like being here in my home gym. Because the difference for me is I'm not necessarily a creature of habit when it comes to what time of the day I train, but when I feel like training, I want to train. I don't want to drive 30 minutes to the gym and fight with traffic and fight for machines.
Exactly.
I want to go ahead and get my work done, right?
Right.
So I'm the guy in arm wrestling prior to Corey, my training partner, Corey the Gorilla, right? Gorilla West. The last 2 years, he has been a consistent part of my training. Twice a week, we would drive an hour and 15 minutes twice a week to come train with me. Prior to that, all of my accomplishments and accolades were setting small, short-term goals, reaching those goals, setting new goals. It was all self-motivation. I didn't have a team, I didn't have a club, I had nobody. I just came out here, I put in my work, I had a whiteboard, I said what I was gonna do, I completed that, next week I did something else. But it's always been setting goals, reaching those goals and setting new goals, and never limiting myself and accepting mediocrity. I always want to be the best version of myself. I want to be better tomorrow than I was today, and I just always want to keep growing.
if you guys want to see Michael Todd become the better version of himself day after day, check out his channel, subscribe, link is in the description below. Also, your monsterfactory.com, is that correct?
It's monsterfactory.shop, but really I've just switched everything. Monstermichaeltodd.com, you go there and it immediately goes to monsterfactory.shop.
Right.
So.
Check out the equipment section of the upcoming tools that you can get. I know I'll be buying some for my gym because I like this stuff, man. It's fun for daily toys.
Well, you saw me working my Grip Genie spinning handle a while ago, right?
You check out Grip Genie too, but
yeah,
yes.
check them out.
So like and subscribe, and yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this gym tour. I would say that this isn't just the best arm wrestling gym in North America. It's one of the best gyms in the world.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
One of the best gyms I've been to.